Imagine waking up one day and being told the home your family has lived in for years is going to be demolished to help power the AI boom, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. That is what is happening to some homeowners in Georgia. They've been given an ultimatum: sell your home or the state will take it. Utility giant Georgia Power is planning to build a new transmission line so it can handle new data centers. Skylar Henry has more from a county just outside Atlanta.
I'm a single mom. I worked hard for everything.
How do you put a price on a home you never intended to sell? One filled with more than 2 decades of memories.
I think I was 5 or 6 when this was built.
The yard where you buried your pets. The greenhouse that fed your family.
When you talk about what being on this property means to you,
Yeah.
right? It's y'all's.
It's ours. It's our family. We belong here.
But Ansley Brown's childhood home likely won't be here much longer. That's because the state's largest utility, Georgia Power, says it needs the area to make way for a 35-mile-long transmission line.
Georgia Power has been here for as long as Ansley's mother has owned this property. It's just beyond the tree line. Now, with the expansion of this latest project, they're looking to take the 2.5 acres the house sits on.
Georgia Power says,
First thing. That sounds crazy to me. I don't. This is a thing where you hear about what is it? Not public domain. Eminent domain, basically, where the government can seize your property if it helps the people. If it helps, if it's something that it really needs, they're able to seize it. Like if they build a highway that's going to make something good, they might take part of your land if you aren't willing to sell it to them and use it against your will. But taking someone's home, someone whose family grew up, that sounds crazy to me. What do we pay property? I'm assuming her property taxes is all up. So what do we pay property taxes for if someone can just claim eminent domain or whatever they're claiming to take the land from you? It's crazy. Let's keep going.
Increasing demand has outpaced the capacity of its existing grid, and building a new transmission line requires acquiring more than 300 parcels of land, including residential properties.
What did your mom tell you she wanted for this property to be?
Generational wealth, true generational wealth was the idea, and now it's being stripped from us.
Georgia Power estimates 70 to 80% of the power on this new line is expected to help serve data centers. It says the remaining 20 to 30% of power will serve the state's growing residential and commercial demand.
Georgia Power told us that they feel as if they've done this process responsibly. What would you say to that?
I disagree. You can't tear down 35 miles of rural Georgia and it not hurt something or somebody. And to say that you're doing it in the name of data centers is a slap in the face to us, our community, our animals.
Brown's mother recently came to an agreement with Georgia Power to sell. Brown says if she didn't, the utility could have sought to acquire her property through eminent domain, a legal process that allows private property to be taken with compensation for projects determined to serve a public purpose.
All power.
So no matter what, if they take it, they have to compensate you for it. But it's obviously going to be way less than if you would have just sold it to them in the first place. But how do you put a price on a home that you grew up in for all your life? Maybe enough money to buy a home outright, maybe somewhere else. But I don't. It's the memories and everything else that's going to be. You can't price that. My kids grew up there. My mother raised us there. Father built the tree house in the back. But they say that the people need it. The people need it. But is that not just trampling on what other people call was their true dream, is to have a place for all their own? But since the people need it, you have to give it up.
Our generation starts somewhere.
Holly Lovett is a Georgia Power spokesperson.
Eminent domain is always, a last resort for us, and it's something we never want to do.
To us, it's theft. It's literally $1 billion company stealing land from smaller people who can't fight back. We don't have the money to fight Georgia Power.
So that's why a few months ago, Ansley took her story to TikTok.
My childhood home is being taken by Georgia Power.
She began sharing stories of others in
It's definitely being taken, but I don't know if you can call it stealing if they're willing to pay you for it. And I'm assuming it has to be the market rate. But no matter what it is, I don't know if you can consider that right.
similar situations.
What is it taking from her? Look behind me. It's taking this entire backyard.
What do you say to someone who will push back on any sort of offer that's out there and say, well, a price tag can't replace memories?
Oh gosh, it almost makes me emotional because I have those memories in like my house, and I get how deeply personal people's homes are. I would just say that we see you and we hear you, and we want this process to be respectful and transparent, and that is going to ultimately benefit you.
Basically, she just said it's going to happen. Now we're trying to make it as easy as it can be, but it's going to happen. That's basically what she just said. I don't know if you got to cut through the smoke and mirrors a little bit. That's what I heard.
Brown doesn't buy that. And while she knows it's too late to save her home, she says she doesn't want to see this happen to anyone else.
My mom wants an apology. She wants an apology from Georgia Power. That's it.
And it's because of how she feels as if she's been treated.
Yeah. I mean, for an entire year, they have bullied her. And there is no sorry. So that's what we want. We want an apology from Georgia Power.
When asked if the utility company is willing to apologize, Georgia Power told us they have worked hard to be transparent, negotiate in good faith, and make this process as easy as possible. As for the data centers and who is behind them, Georgia Power told us it doesn't publish lists of customers to protect safety and security. Guys, this is obviously a big
story.
It's one of those things.
Now, this is absolutely crazy. Now, how much money would it cost? A new home that I haven't lived in a long time? You come with me with a higher number than what's on the market value? I might agree. A family home that was supposed to be passed down to my kids, that I've made tons of memories in, growing up in. I don't even know it. 2 to 3 times isn't enough. I need more than that. But would you get that amount? Probably not. I mean, some people might say 3 times is enough, but can 3 times the money replace the memories?
That's we've talked about for months now.
Yeah.
These data centers, communities, obviously not in my backyard. But I think the real crux of this argument here is, what do you say to people who've owned these properties for 20, 30 years? And it's like, you got to go.
And you feel the emotion. It's interesting to me that Georgia Power says we've tried to make this process as easy as possible. Their definition of easy as possible is very different from what these families are experiencing. It's still hard to believe there's nothing they can do, nothing.
And the reality is that you're looking at this is going to happen more and more because you're going to need over the next 20 years, 10 to 20 years, 10 to 15% more power than is being generated right now in the United States. That's probably 100 nuclear reactors if you have to generate 110 gigawatts.
How do you put a price tag on this? Truly.
Can't.
I wonder, some people say if the earlier you sell, the more money you'll get. Absolutely crazy. What are your thoughts? Let's get over into the AI breakdown just to think about this a little bit more and just figure out more about this whole situation. So as we know, Georgia Power is giving some homeowners an ultimatum to sell their home or face a state seizure to build a massive 35-mile high-voltage transmission corridor driven by the booming demand for AI data centers. So we know that the Georgia Power is using eminent domain and easement acquisitions to clear a path through the different counties to power at least 4 upcoming AI-driven data centers. Georgia Power estimates that 70 to 80% of the electrical carried by the new infrastructure will strictly serve the data centers, while the remaining 20 to 30% will go towards the standard residential and commercial growth. you take some people's homes or seize some people's homes. They're going to get paid for them, what it sounds like. But only 20% actually goes to the people. Well, some people might say that the AI data center serves people too, but so the homeowners are being told to accept the buyout or face the condemnation or face the seizure. Under eminent domain laws, the state can legally seize private properties for projects deemed to serve the public purpose, provided that the owners are compensated. So they have to be compensated. Local residents have actively campaigned on social media against the demolition, calling it the aggressive acquisition theft, and noting that off-market appraisals have lowballed their property values. Okay, that's a big thing if they're lowballing the property values. Yeah, no one's going to accept that. If you give me something that's not what the property value is, or what a reasonable person would say that the property value is. So the Georgia Power claims that they're using eminent domain remains the last resort that accounts for less than 1% of the annual land transactions. Representatives from the company state that the infrastructure is required because the rapid industrial and technological growth has entirely outpaced the capacity of the state's existing power grid. They argue that the selected route was chosen because it presented the least community and environmental disruptions. If you are a property owner in Georgia and wants to know more about how to navigate it, you got different sites. But this is a crazy situation. See, the biggest thing that stuck out to me is that they're saying local residents have said that it's theft, and they're noting that the off-market appraisals have been lowballing their property values. Now, if they would have said that they're giving them what the market value is, okay. But lowballing is crazy. But it's a crazy situation, y'all. Let me know your thoughts and let me know how y'all feel about it. Do you think this is right? Do you think that they have to make room for progress? How do you feeling about this whole situation? It's a crazy world we live in, but this is why we got to review this type of stuff together, y'all.